Bonjour, hola, welcome to the Pottervision podcast, the podcast where every single week, myself, Lucas Kirkby, and this gentleman in my screen, Tom Lawrenson, we look at a chapter from the Harry Potter books, and we just, take ideas from it and talk about it and, just have a laugh.
Hell yeah, we do, brother.
We're on episode 79, and we're on chapter 22 of The Goblet of Fire, The Unexpected Task. Tom, may I ask about your well-being?
How am I? Well, what a question you could ask a boy like me. I'm great. I'm good, thank you, Lucas. It is Bank Holiday Friday, yeah?
It's Good Friday.
It's Good Friday, which means I have 6 days off work.
6?
Yeah.
Oh,
it was
yeah,
like
part-time.
Honestly, it was like the end of Aladdin when the shackles came off the genie and he looks naked because he's got his gold shackles off his wrists. They took them off me and they said, "You've got 6 days without these. Use them wisely." I said, "I'm going to waste them." They went, "All right."
So you're halfway through the first day of 6. How have you spent your time off this morning?
I wouldn't say I'm halfway through my first day at 6 at midday, considering I woke up at 8 o'clock in the morning.
You go to bed at 4, don't you?
What have I been up to? Not much. I'm gonna have to get some stuff planned for this week. Get a bit productive. I went to Bakewell on Tuesday. Have you ever been to such a place?
Oh, is it a cafe?
It is a town.
It's a town. Is it home of the Bakewell tart?
You bet your fucking arse it is.
Oh, did you have a Bakewell tart in Bakewell?
I did, and it was deep filled.
Oh, lovely. It's like cherry, and is it marzipan?
Some crazy stuff like that. But let me tell you something. I wish I'd not got it. I wish I'd got an iced finger roll instead. Wouldn't that have been nicer?
Oh, I love an ice bun. If there was ever an ice bun on offer in the school canteen, that'd be my dessert. I would forego the flapjack, I would forego the biscuit with icing on top and sprinkles, and I'd be straight for the iced finger bun.
I'll tell you what, school hall, mine is that cake, the sprinkle cake. Cake, white icing, sprinkles on top.
Yeah, perfect. Like a biscuity type thing. A cake. I know what you mean exactly.
Oh, God, you drive me crazy. I've just described a cake. Yeah, like a biscuit. Yeah, like a biscuit.
No, I was thinking of a biscuit version which has got the white icing and the sprinkles. But yeah.
It runs off with his own imagination. Yeah, no, I know what you mean. A 4x4 car. You're on about a Land Rover, aren't you? No, I'm on about a cake.
Oh, I know what you mean. A villa in Tenerife, don't you? Oh, that's nice. You'd get that from the canteen, wouldn't you? Hey, I've got some bad news about Tenerife.
About Tenerife?
My mum's had a bag stolen on holiday.
Oh, she's in Tenerife, is she?
Yeah, and she might be stuck there because she's not got a passport. It got stolen.
Oh, that's awful. Where in Tenerife is she? How long has she gone for?
Well, we don't know, but she was in a hotel and they were at the buffet and she put her bag on the back of the chair.
At the hotel effing buffet?
Yeah, and they didn't even both go to the buffet at the same time. They always had one of them sat at the table while the other one went to the buffet and then swapped. But
I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
Go on.
Someone nicked a bag and it had a passport, phone, wallet.
I have always considered every woman in my life, mother, sister, girlfriend, an absolute liar or paranoid lunatic. Anytime I've been sat at a table with them and they've gone to the toilet or gone somewhere and said, "Can you watch my bag?" I'm like, fucking hell. Job for me, is it? Like, where's it going to go? What's it going to do? But listeners, if you're in Tenerife, it will get stolen.
I know, some dirty tea leaves nicked my mum's bag. But they're hoping that, because obviously the passport
tea leaf is Cockney rhyming slang for thief, for anyone wondering.
Oh, yeah, sorry. I live in Manchester. I use Cockney rhyming slang. But yeah, they're hoping that because the passport is no use to anybody apart from hers. They're hoping someone's like took all the stuff and then just fling the bag with the other stuff away. So they've been going
I
up
don't
and
know.
down the
No,
beaches looking in
I think they
bins.
sell passports. Passports, you can sell them.
Hey, I don't want some illegal, criminal running round saying that they're Susan.
Listen, it doesn't matter what you want, you mad bastard. It's happened. Like, you didn't want your mother's handbag to be stolen, but it's happened, hasn't it?
Yeah, but she might end up on like Crime Watch and it's not even her. It's just a picture of her passport.
They
Someone's
don't,
been doing naughty tricks.
listen, they're not going to frame her for a crime. They're going to take her photograph out of the
Yeah.
passport and put the photograph of someone else in there and get into different countries with it.
Oh, right. I wasn't even thinking. In my head, they were going to like make themselves look like my mum and then use the passport like that.
So it turns out the cat burglar that's been going around all the museums in Europe is Susan Kirkby.
That's what I thought. They'd like start wearing a wig and, be my mum. Start
Susan
learning
Kirkby,
North Wales.
mother of Deputy Pottervision boy Lucas Kirkby.
I'm the deputy. Hey, I prefer deputy. I called you my assistant the other week.
Who to?
To you in the podcast.
Oh, does anyone else remember that? I, for one, wasn't listening.
But yeah, so my mum, she's trying to get an emergency passport, emergency travel documents, but it's going to cost £100 and 2 working days, and it's Easter weekend.
It's a funny place, Spain, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh.
Beware of pickpockets. How many times have I been robbed in Spain? Me personally, 0. How many times have my parents been robbed? Multiple. My mother had her handbag and all our passports stolen at the airport when we were children, when we got there. Yeah. We've had a vehicle broken into and everything stolen out of that.
Yeah, but that doesn't surprise me because I've seen your dad and he walks around with a big silk hanky hanging out of his pocket like Fagin. He's just waiting for people to rob him.
No.
That always made me laugh in Oliver, that thing where Fagin trains them up, because it's like, people aren't going to have a bloody pocket watch hanging out of their ass, are they? It's like going to be in the pocket.
We've got to watch Oliver. I'll watch Oliver now.
Yeah, I want to watch Oliver. It's a cracker. I
might just watch it. We are allowed. Not everything has to be an assignment for our podcast. Oh, I want to have some lunch.
Every time I go to the cinema, I'm taking my notebook with me. No, you don't have to write notes for this, Lucas. You just enjoy it.
And also, Lucas, you don't need to lick that pen. It's a biro.
I love licking a pen when I'm doing a mime. Writing something down. What do you have to lick a pen for? Like a fountain pen?
I've got no idea. Yeah, maybe like the ink's dried up at the end.
Oh yeah, gets the ink going.
Get it flooding out again. Or is it a pencil? You're licking a pencil.
Why would you lick a pencil?
If you lick pens, if you lick ink, pens, or lead, write in. We want to know what's going on.
Let us know what you do and how you do it. Thank you.
Send all your letters to 22 Lucas Kirkby Drive, Blakely. Oh.
Somebody narrowed it down, hasn't it? The road was fake, but now you know the village I live in. But you've got until the end of May to stalk me because I'll be moving.
Time is ticking, listeners. Time is ticking. I reckon they could find you. Just go walk about Blakely and then just look for the road where someone's knocked all the bins over because they drive so fast.
Just follow the trail of rubbish. You've not got long, listeners, to stalk me, so get them night vision goggles, get those Polaroid cameras ready.
If you see a builder with some toothpaste on his bum crack, Lucas Kirkby is not far away.
If you see a thief in a bin with pencil holes in him from being prodded, I'm not going to be far away. That was me.
If you see a man in a post box,
Barking like a dog when you try to post your letter, that's me in there.
if you see a man in a fairground who has somehow now got control of a baby, that's Lucas Kirkby.
That's me, and I'm taking it on all the rides, okay? Tom, do you have any updates?
Updates. I've got a funny story that I was laughing at yesterday for about, I don't know, 10 minutes.
Oh, don't keep that to yourself. Tell us.
And it relates to Spain. When I was a little boy living in Spain, I was hanging out with this kid called, get this kid's name. Guess, you'll never get this. His name was Simeon, like the ape.
Or like Spanish Simon.
Oh, really? Well, he was English.
All right, well, no excuse.
He's called Simeon, like the ape.
Yeah, like the ape, yeah.
And me and him were on our bikes, like, stood over our bikes outside some shop. And there was this little boy. We were little boys as well. But this other little boy had come over to us, yeah.
Mm.
And he'd been sent to the shop by his nana to get something, yeah. And this is how he said it, and it made me laugh then, and it makes me laugh now. He said, "My nana sent me out to get some gravy granules." Like that.
I love it.
She sent me out to get some gravy granules, like that.
Yeah,
And we were like, she sent you out to get what? And he's like, gravy granules, but the shop doesn't seem to have any, like that. And then this German man, who the little boy knew, came along, and he was called something like OPEC, and he was like, "OPEC, do you have any gravy granules?" Like that.
Yeah.
And OPEC was like, "I don't know. I want French, but it was like, I don't know what the gravy granules are." Yeah, I don't know what that is. And he's gravy granules. He was giving no explanation. He just kept saying gravy granules in that accent. Gravy granules. And he goes, "I'm sorry, I don't know." And then me and Simeon were just like laughing because the word gravy granules had been said so many times.
Yeah.
And then OPEC goes, "Oh, why are they laughing?" to the other boy. And the other boy goes, "They're laughing at you, OPEC, because you don't know what gravy granules are." He'd span it. Of course they're not laughing at me. They're laughing at OPEC because he's stupid. Aren't you, OPEC? You don't know what gravy granules are.
He sounds like a young James Corden, this lad.
You think? He sounds like some mothers do have him.
Oh, yeah. Oh, better.
Gravy granules. And then the German man goes, "How can they laugh at me? I can speak so many languages. I can speak French fluently. I can speak English. I can speak Spanish. I speak German. What do they speak?" And then we were like, we're just a bit just shy and embarrassed, but OPEC, if you're listening, we weren't laughing at you not knowing what gravy granules are. We were laughing at the pronunciation of gravy granules.
But we need to make this happen. You know, like surprise, surprise. We need someone to arrange a reunion with OPEC and Tom to get this all ironed out. Because for years he's probably felt embarrassed at his, he thought he was good at English, but he was laughed at by children.
What are the chances? What are the chances that OPEC is dead?
Well, how old was he at the time?
God knows.
50%?
50% old?
50% chance that he's not with us anymore.
I think there's a 50% chance he's done.
Yeah. Well, R.I.P. And your English was good. Granule is such a you don't use it in any other sentence in the English language apart from after the word gravy.
Gravy granule. Is it like grains, all grains together. Are they granules?
I think isn't a granule a little one? I don't even know.
Yeah, but one grain. Yeah. But also the fact that boy didn't have a chance because he was pronouncing it in such a thick, like Essex accent.
Yeah. Gravy granules.
Gravy granules. Yules.
I remember when I was a kid, I used to read. This is the childhood I had, listeners. I used to read the back of packets of crisps. And I remember once reading on the back of a packet of Space Raiders, it'd give you like a profile of one of the aliens. And it
Yeah.
said its diet, it eats boggart globules or spoggot globules or something like that. And for years I thought that was a genuine foodstuff, a spoggot
Oh,
globule.
really?
Yeah. I thought, hey, I'd like to try a spoggot globule.
You writing that on the shopping list your mum's got on the fridge. Let's get some spoggot globules in, please, mum.
I've looked everywhere for them, son. I couldn't find a spoggot globule anyway.
What
Now,
a story, that
Tom,
gravy granule story.
it's a bit of fun, isn't
Hello?
it? Gravy granules. There you go. Now,
What's that,
Tom,
dear leader? Yeah.
are you ready? Hey, I'm the deputy this week. Are you ready for a chapter 22 rundown?
Hell, yes, I am.
It's chapter 22, The Unexpected Task. Now, Harry and Ron are sword fighting in the back of the Transfiguration classroom when suddenly Minerva McGonagall announces there's going to be a Christmas dance. It's called the Yule Ball, and the four champions have to start the dance with a partner. Ooh. And he's thinking, right, I've got to get myself a bloody partner. Who's it going to be? It's going to be Cho Chang, I hope. But he faffs around and he leaves it last minute. And when he asks her, she goes, I'm sorry, Harry. I'm already going with Cedric Diggory. And he's really annoyed at that. He's sad. He goes back to the common room, and Ron's had a similarly bad experience. He's asked Fleur Delacour in front of everybody, and it was very embarrassing, and he ran off. He then decides to be very rude to Hermione, not believing that she's got a partner, which she has. Ginny's going out with Neville. And finally, Harry decides enough is enough. I'm going to ask Parvati. So he goes, Parvati, can I go to the ball with you? She says yes. Can Lavender go with Ron? No. Lavender's with Seamus, but I'll ask my sister. She's in Ravenclaw. And that's the end of the unexpected task.
I loved
What a
it.
chapter. Yeah. I loved it as well. It was good fun.
Interesting little chapter, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Interesting.
I'd say.
McGonagall, there's Yule Ball, as Lucas just said, and McGonagall starts off by saying, "You may invite a younger student if you wish." This is a sentiment that these books can do without, right? Let's not get teaching anyone that. No,
Yeah.
McGonagall, don't be telling people, date people younger, see vous play. No. Listeners, try and date people who are exactly the same age as you. And if you can't find anyone like that, then date someone who is much older. Do you understand me?
It's either got to be exactly the same age or 10 and above years older. Right? That's
Yep.
the rule, right? But there's a weird rule in this Yule Ball where it's like you've got to be in fourth year or above to attend the Yule Ball. But if you want to bring a first year with you as your date, you can. Bloody weird rule. Just Ginny's allowed to go because she's with Neville and she's only in third year.
Yeah.
What a weird
Why does
rule
she want
that
to go
is.
that bad? She goes,
Yeah.
so she gets defensive about when she gets asked. She goes, "Oh, I'm going with Neville," and she was like, "Oh, well, when Hermione said no, he asked me, and it's the only way I'm going to get to go." Hey, listen, Neville's a good boy.
Yeah.
You don't have to be ashamed of it.
I
He's
know
an
he's a bit
eligible.
clumsy, but his heart's in the
He's an
right place.
eligible bachelor.
But yeah, it's not. Why would you be interested in going? Because Ginny has so far come across as very shy, not really wanted to make a big deal of herself. So the idea of a big ball with all the older students would scare me anyway.
Yeah.
Mm.
We are, speaking of balls, we're doing the Edinburgh Fringe from the 4th to the 24th. Agree or disagree?
Agree.
Agree.
Completely
You
agree.
disagree with that. You're a liar, aren't you?
Yes.
You're a bold-faced bastard bitch of a liar.
I would be if I said that. Yeah. But I agree.
So we've got the room for these 4 days extra, right?
Oh, yeah.
So Lucas Kirkby, he flees the country. He gets his
Yeah.
knickers, he gets his underpants, he stuffs them all into a bag, gets on a plane, and arrives in a foreign country, right? Leaving me to fill that room. And I can't do Pottervision on my own, can I?
No.
It's
You'd be
impossible.
nothing without me.
I'd be nothing without him. I'd be crawling around on my stomach through glass
Yeah.
and mud
Yeah.
without you. Right?
Yeah.
So I thought, new show. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
New show. 4-day limited run.
Yeah.
I've registered it. I've paid the money.
Yeah.
It's called Uncle Daddy's Comedy Disco.
I love it. Is that true? I hope you're doing that.
Yeah, it's registered.
And is there going to be any like disco dancing involved?
There's going to be some disco music.
Yeah.
I did a funny little search. I was like, right, I need some disco slang for the description of this show.
Yeah.
Right, I need some disco
Yeah.
slang. So I Googled disco slang. Stuff like "Can you dig it?" came up. Number two, you would never guess this, and it comes from the Latin word sugar. But the number 2 disco slang phrase that came up was "Oh, sucky now."
I don't like that.
Like,
You put that on your flyer?
sugar now.
Yeah,
It's on the description, yeah.
Uncle Daddy's Comedy Disco. I love it. That's my favourite name. That's brilliant. I'm sad I'm going to miss it now. But for listeners who were listening to Tom describing me leaving the country, let me defend myself. I'm going to my church wedding in Poland, and I thought I'd be there more than a day before. So I've gone
More than a day.
So I've gone a week before.
He's 2 weeks before.
No, it's not. I'm going on the 24th, and the first. Okay, I'm going 2 weeks before. He's threatening me with his fist. He's scaring me, listeners. Oh yeah.
They need you there too.
You what? Sorry.
Go on. Sorry. Go on.
They're at this transfiguration lesson, right? And I don't know how naughty you were at school, but I've never had a sword fight in the middle of a class, in the middle of a lesson. Have you?
Harry and Ron are having a sword fight with two funny ones they were given to by Fred and George.
Yeah. Messing about.
I don't know. You muck about, don't you? People have pen fights. People go wild.
Yeah. But not with a funny one. I don't know. Maybe other people were more naughty than me at school. But, whatever. It must be a strange experience. Like at the minute they're transfiguring animals into other animals. And I was thinking, that's a pretty strange experience for a bird or something. Do you know what I mean? To be suddenly turned into a guinea pig.
Oh, it's torture.
What does it all mean?
It's absolutely torture. Like if they transfigured, let's say, Poppy into a man, what would happen? Would you and her wrestle?
Poppy into a man? I don't know. What would Poppy be like as a man? I'm just imagining Timothy Spall, but I think Poppy would be a nice man. I don't think we'd wrestle. I think I'd take her to the park and push her on the swings.
Picture this.
Yeah.
Picture this. It's the 16th of April, right? You awake in the morning.
Tomorrow. Yeah.
The German cockerel crows. Cock-a-doodle-coo. Like that, yeah?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Lucas Kirkby awakes from his slumber. as usual, he puts his hand to the left to feel for Martina. Feels a body there. He thinks, lovely, it's Martina. You roll over, but it's not Martina. Martina's downstairs preparing breakfast, I assume.
Yeah.
Poppy, the hamster that's transformed into a man, has crawled into bed with you and is staring gormless at you.
Yeah.
You can see from the eyes and the shape of the demeanour that it is Poppy. You instantly know. Poppy, you've transformed into a man.
Yeah.
What's your next move?
Well, I'm like, Poppy, I can tell it's you because you've got like black hair on your bum that's going a bit browner as you get older.
Why are you looking at his bum?
Because I want to check it's Poppy, right? Do you know what? First of all, I'm saying, how the bloody hell have you got to Germany? Right? You were in my house a few days ago. So not only have you transformed into a man, you've you bloody got to Germany. You've got your own passport. My mum hasn't been able to do that in 2 days. You have. And then I'd just say, have I been a good dad? Have I been a good dad to you, Poppy? Are you happy with the way I've treated you over the past year?
Oh, this is crazy. But you need to understand, if I was in the room too, if I'm on the chair looking at you, I'm starting to get concerned because, as we both know, Poppy can't speak English and she's not got a brain, and yet you're talking to her, asking a question. So
I'll be asking her all sorts. I'll be like, do you like me tickling you? Because I can't tell if you like me tickling you, but I tickle you anyway, because I don't know if that's just you as a hamster. You can't show me that you like it.
do you miss all the fruit my parents were giving you?
I'll definitely ask that. Poppy, I was doing that for your own health. You were staying at my mum and dad's and you were getting a bit too big, and it's not good for you.
Poppy then stands up, right? Poppy stands up, gets dressed in your clothes, and runs into the local town of Hamburg, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Starts running through shops, eating things with no money in said pockets.
And
what
she
are you
can't
doing?
speak English. Yeah.
No.
Or German.
No.
Right, and they go, hey, that's Lucas Kirkby's clothes. She's running in and out of the bakery. And they come to me
I
annoyed.
would recognise those lime green trousers anywhere. That pink shirt and that polka dot tie. That's Lucas Kirkby's get-up. That's his wedding outfit.
Get him, boys. Yeah. Bloody hell. What kind of man would she look like? I'm imagining somebody like Richard E. Grant or somebody like
that. No, I'm imagining like a bit of a... Do you know, like, have you seen Afterlife? There's like a young lad in that.
The little ginger one in the school?
No, not the one in the school, but the one who plays a recorder with his nose.
No, I don't remember. I've only seen the first series.
Yeah, he's in that. He plays a recorder with his nose. 2 recorders with his nostrils.
And that's what you imagine Poppy would be like as a human man.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Glad we discussed that hypothetical scenario about Poppy. Hey, what if Connie turned into a man? What would that be about? What kind of man would Connie be?
She looked like Adam Driver, right?
With that beat,
she'd slap some. She'd slap some sense into me.
Yeah.
And she'd be like, "Stop wasting your time on silly little things." And I'd be like, "No, I want to." And she'd go, yeah. And then I'd have to start living, I don't know, living a different life.
Yeah. Fair enough. Yeah, I agree.
He agrees. It's Adam Driver. Let me tell you something.
Yeah.
Harry is playing, he's sword fighting with a headless haddock, isn't he, at the back of the room?
He's sword fighting with a headless haddock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How, I can't take it seriously because how can he sword fight like that, right? No, what I'm saying is, enjoy it while it lasts, boy, because I can guarantee next October, November, what month are they in?
Well, they're just getting to Christmas, aren't they?
December or some shit
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah, it's
He's not going to be
December. I'm sure
sword
it's
fighting with
December.
a. He's not going to be
Yeah.
sword fighting with a fake haddock, is he?
Come on. And as well,
Because
a
he's going to
sword...
have
Yeah.
the death of his contemporary on his shoulders.
Yeah. He's going to be looking back thinking, oh, I wish I was back hitting Ron with a fish. Not thinking about my own mortality and Voldemort's return. But a sword fight is only a sword fight if you're fighting with a sword. If you're hitting Ron with a haddock and he's hitting you with a parrot, that's not a sword fight, is it? That's just you grabbing animals and throwing them at each other. Hey, we're having a
Yeah,
sword fight.
you're.
You're just hitting him
And
with a
I
fish.
imagine both of them things are very floppy.
Yes, I'm imagining that a very flaccid animal is a haddock.
Professor McGonagall is telling him about the Yule Ball. Yeah.
Oh,
And she
yeah,
says,
the biggest ball in the country.
Harry, right, is going to have to, be up there in front of everyone doing a little dance. Harry's imagination then runs absolutely wild, right?
Yeah.
He goes, oh, they want me to do a dance, do they? I expect they'll want me in a top hat with tails, and they'll have me there with a girl who'll be wearing my Aunt Petunia's dress. Who said any of that?
Right, the only way that's possible is if you've arranged it, right? Right, Cho, would you like to go with the dance with me? You will have to wear my auntie's dress.
Huh?
I'm a bit busy, Harry, sorry. Will you go to the dance with me, Parvati? But you will have to wear my uncle's knickers. Is that all right?
Oh, come on. I'll be wearing my own top hat and tails, and Simon Cowell will be there, and we may have to throw the little boy from Diversity about. Are you in?
Level
Level
one.
one.
Yeah. But his mind is running away with him. Whenever you see a first dance, it's, at a wedding or something, it's usually just, stepping around a bit, swaying to the beat. It's not like a mamba or, a foxtrot, is it? It's just usually a bit of... It doesn't usually last very long before other people are invited. So I think Harry is worrying unnecessarily.
Do you know about my dream wedding?
I want to hear, Tom, about your dream wedding. Is this your
Imagine an
wedding or
opening.
someone else's wedding?
My wedding. Imagine an opening in the woods.
Right.
Clearing. No guests. Trees are covering the sky. Animals are looking on. A man, a woman, join hands and dance to I Know You, I've danced with you once upon a dream.
Yeah.
You may kiss the bride. Finished.
Oh. And then you
I was thinking about,
Yeah.
because your wedding's coming up, I was thinking about,
Yeah.
good lord, the mass expense of having a wedding. And you must be a wealthy man having two weddings. Bloody hell, most people have one. But how expensive it is to have a wedding. If I ever had a wedding, I was saying to my sister the other day, I'd be walking up to people at when everyone's eating.
Yeah.
And I'd be walking up to the guests, looking down at them and going, finish your fucking plate.
Excuse me, I paid £25 a head for this meal. Do you want to eat that celery?
Yeah, exactly. You fucking asked for the fish. You're eating the fish.
Yeah. I don't care if Harry's been sword fighting with it. You're going to eat it. It's my wedding.
Guests are going to be looking over, seeing me smashing plates, going, oh, I didn't know he was Greek. He's not.
He's not Greek, he's mental.
He's mad. People are coming in with envelopes. Oh, I got you this. I'll open it now. 25 quid. Basically covers you. Jesus Christ, and there's two of you. Do you know what? No, don't darken my doorstep. Get out of here. It's meant to be a happy occasion.
Well, I'm looking forward to your wedding whenever that may happen. And I'll make sure to bring at least 50 quid with me. Lovely.
Rarely do I ever. I'm sorry, this episode is going very off Harry Potter, but no one's spoken to me in weeks. I've got a lot of opinions. Rarely do I even leave a drop of food on my plate.
Yeah. I've got more to that since becoming a greedy bugger. I used to be quite fussy, but yeah, no. I try and eat every last morsel now. But, it's a sign of great respect, of enjoyment of the meal, to eat every last drop.
Sometimes not. In the week this week, I made myself some Thai meal, and I got to tell you, it was bad. Yeah?
Oh.
You ever make yourself a bad dinner, and then you've got to eat it all? That's what happened to me.
And sometimes when
I ate every last drop.
Well, when I was living on my own, sometimes I'd make a meal, and because it was a big occasion, I was like, "Oh, I'm going to make myself a meal." I'd think, right, if I'm making a meal, I might as well make a meal that I can have tomorrow as well. So I'd make more of it, and then I'd be eating the first meal, and it'd be like, "This is bloody horrible," and then it'd make me even sadder because I knew that was what I was going to eat tomorrow as well. I had to eat the bad meal twice. Don't like that.
Harry and Ron are picky little gits, aren't they?
They are picky little gits.
Harry is literally being asked out by very suitable women, and he's denying all of their advances, isn't he?
Yeah, I think he has 3 people. He has a third-year Hufflepuff.
What was her problem?
Year.
Why didn't you want to go with her?
I know, what was wrong with her? Just because she had curly hair or what? Well, I think the whole idea is that he's got eyes for Cho, hasn't he? But you've got to bloody just ask. He's, listeners, you snooze, you lose.
You have to ask.
Yeah. Look, if anybody listening has a crush, right, and you're both single, right, ask them out. This is your calling, right? Me and Tom are here today to tell you, if you wanted one extra reason to go and ask this person out, do it today. This is a Pottervision
request.
Them out. Ask them out, yeah? Because either they're going to say
the
yes.
Pottervision boys have sent me on a mission. We're on a mission from the Pottervision boys, and we're horny. No. Say, I'm in love. I want to marry you, and I want to commit to you. No, you're going in too strong. Say, baby, me. Say, go up to a girl and say, hey, do fries come with that shake? No, I'm going off killer here.
You just say, look, I've got 2 tickets to Disney on Ice. Do you want to come with me next Thursday?
2 tickets to Iron Maiden, baby. Come with me, maybe. Don't say baby.
Don't say Friday. So, yeah, this is you, and we want to know. I'd love to hear in 5 years' time during someone's wedding speech that it was because of the Pottervision boys that you got together. Yeah. But yeah, because either they're going to say yes and you get to go out with them for a bit, or they're going to say no and then you can get on with your life.
They go, right, you're at your wedding, and this has all been made possible. This is the bride and groom's joint speech, and this has all been made possible all thanks to the Pottervision boys. Me and Lucas flood the stage. Flood, there's 2 of us.
Hey! We do the show.
Right, everyone, we're the Pottervision boys.
An hour later, the meals are cold, but everyone's seen Pottervision.
Thank you, lads. That was great. Me and Lucas holding our hands out. We weren't paying for that.
And we are getting a meal, aren't we?
We're hungry. Huh? We've just worked for an hour, and we're hungry.
We didn't ask you to, Pottervision boys. Well, we've done it now.
We didn't ask you to. The amount of times people have invited us somewhere socially, me and him have brought the suitcase and we've just done the show, asked for money and been told no. You could count on two hands.
Yeah, you could count on two hands. Hey, look, we've gone on tour, but the first 4 years, it was just a lot of impromptu performances that weren't asked for. We've gate crashed school records of achievement ceremonies, funerals, Glastonbury. We just got in the audience and started doing Pottervision in the middle of Biffy Clyro.
That was bad. Off. That was people did not like it.
Yeah, not good. So anyway,
he's a picky git, right? Because why won't a girl was a foot taller than him, and he was like, oh, "I'm not going out with someone a foot taller than me." He gives, mate, that's going to be hard to find. You are 5 foot.
Yeah, you're a diminutive little doof. Nothing wrong with a shorter man going out with a taller woman. Let's get rid of that bloody feeling. Eh?
Feeling?
Well, I don't know. There's a general thing where, men don't like going out with women taller than them, or women don't like going out with shorter men. I don't know what that's about.
Yeah, I think so. I think that is a thing that exists. But that does not exist within the world of Pottervision. Right?
No. Because you're Lucy, is she taller than you?
Absolutely not. But if she grew a foot taller than me, I'd say fantastic. Maybe, 7 foot's crazy. But if she became 6 foot, like 5, I'd be like, cool. Let's carry on our lives.
Tom would say fantastic. If he woke up tomorrow morning and his girlfriend had grown a foot overnight, he would say fantastic.
I wouldn't like to lose any height myself, but if I stay the same height, that's great.
Yeah, exactly. And same with Martina. If she came home from work today, a towering giant, I would shout fantastic. And we'd carry on with our lives.
Aren't we romantic, listeners? Aren't we, Lucas? 2 of the most romantic boys you've ever heard in your life.
We want an answer. Message us and tell us.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to be any shorter though, because I've already got an attitude, and I wouldn't want people to associate that with me being small. But he's got an attitude because he's small. No, I've always had this attitude because I'm horrible.
Yeah, hey, it's because he's horrible, not because he's Diddy. Right? That's why.
Nothing to do with that.
Got nothing to do with the Lord. Hey. So we learn about
why is a journalist got free reign around this school?
I know. Imagine
has
that.
Has anyone done a DBS check on her?
Hey, there's a man from the Daily Mail. He's paid to stay in a hotel in the nearby village, and he's interviewing all the children in the school. Don't think that should be allowed,
That's
Professor.
Lovely.
But thank goodness, we thought this was going to be a disaster for Hagrid, this interview with Rita Skeeter. But thank goodness she was only interested in Harry. Well, you don't want to hear about my childhood. When I was a little boy, I used to keep children under me bed. Hagrid, I just want to know about Harry, please. They could have a field day with Hagrid and his antics.
She's funny, Rita Skeeter, isn't it? The question she asked: has Harry ever been a naughty boy?
I'm sorry. Beg your pardon?
In your lessons, has he ever acted up irresponsibly? No, if anything, I'm the one who's acting up in my lessons.
You sure you don't want to hear more about that? I'd love to read Hagrid's autobiography. He'd have all sorts of bloody stories. Tragical me, that'd be him.
Yeah.
And all his silly escapades with, like, breaking the law with animals.
Tragical Me is a fantastic title. Well done.
Thank you. Well, it's like that Lockhart one, isn't it? But for Hagrid.
Exactly. Like the Lockhart
Yeah.
one. But the Hagrid one, tragical because he is tragic, but also he feels sorry for himself constantly and he's the cause of all his own problems.
Yeah. Tragical me.
Tragical Me.
Yeah. I can imagine him signing copies of that in a Waterstones.
The kid, they won't stop complaining at this school, right? They won't stop going on about all the bloody work they've gone, right? McGonagall has us working to the end of lesson. Snape's throwing a pop quiz at us. Right, kids, you're already at school, right? Other kids, other normal kids, have got to commute an hour each way to school, right? You've got that time to yourself, so stop complaining. You're already doing better.
Yeah, come
You're
on.
saving 2 hours.
Yeah. And I think as well, if I was stuck in a boarding school with all the same people, because there aren't that many activities going on, I'd be glad of a lesson. Do you know what I mean? Break up the day a bit. You know, because if you hang around with the same people all year, be a bit bloody hard going.
Oh, I know. Wouldn't it be exhausting? All them kids, like.
Yeah.
The thing is, you can only spend so much time around people you do not love.
Yes. Yeah. And you're not choosing who you're hanging out with at Hogwarts, are you?
Sharing a bedroom with Seamus Finnegan for his whole time at Hogwarts, you'd be like, Jesus Christ, I hate it.
Yeah. 7 years. Yeah, if you dislike somebody and you're sharing a bedroom with them for 7 years, that's going to test anybody's patience. It really bloody is.
Listeners, it really bloody is.
Harry says that Rita Skeeter should have interviewed Snape sarcastically, but I'd like to see that. A little tete-a-tete with the potions professor.
Yeah,
what secrets
okay,
would
you
he
be Rita
spill?
Skeeter then.
All right. So, Professor Snape, has Harry ever been a naughty little boy in your lesson?
I don't talk to press.
Oh. Well, would you care to tell me about your childhood, Professor Snape?
No.
All right. Can I have a biscuit?
Yes. It's hard improv when someone says no, isn't it?
It's very difficult. You have to resort to biscuits.
No, you may not. I think that's the best Snape I've ever done. No.
That is the best Snape you've ever done. It's not quite as good as your Trump impression or your Greta Thunberg.
It's nowhere near as good as... This is all wrong. This is all wrong. There should not be a journalist in this school. Go to a different school then. There's a journalist at this one. There should not be a Triwizard tournament. This is all wrong.
If you enjoyed Tom's impression of Donald Trump, you can hear him do Greta Thunberg as well.
You cheeky little bastard.
Oh, it was an open goal. I had to shoot. I was the first one to put my name in the Goblet of Fire. Nobody put their name before me. I'm the oldest at this school. I'm 75 years old. Yeah, it is a good one, you got to admit. Hey, I'm excited about the band they've booked for the Yule Ball. They've got the Weird Sisters. Can't wait to see that band.
Yeah.
They're going to be 3 weird sisters, aren't they? I think we should start a band. Me and you.
I've been living with that band my entire life, but go on.
I think me and you should set up a band and call it the Strange Brothers. And
We've already called the Pottervision Boys. What's going on with you?
Yeah, it'd be like a little side project where we do
Okay.
rhythm and blues.
Go on.
Or R&B. You know, call the Strange Brothers. You could do songs such as "She's Nice," or could do a song called "Bad Day at Work." That'd be a good one.
Hey,
This
mate,
idea of the
I'm
Strange
quitting.
Brothers. Hey, don't quit the band. We haven't started yet.
I'm quitting.
I would
Sounds
be
bad.
lead vocals and triangle. You would be guitar and drums.
Fred Weasley. He says, I'm going... Who's he going with?
Fred is going with Angelina Johnson. He just asks her very coolly.
He's going, I'm going with Angelina Johnson. And then he's like, oh yeah? He's like, yeah, watch this. Hey, Angelina, do you want to go to the ball with me? And she goes, yeah, all right. Impressed with his confidence.
Yeah.
The fact that he would ask her out in front of everyone, risk rejection in front of all, like, wow, what a confident guy. And that is summed up what you got to do, listeners. If you want someone to marry you, ask them.
Yeah. You got to be confident. Right? So for those people we were talking to before about asking somebody out, don't do it privately. Do it in front of everybody. Because, it's just going to go better that way, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go to some basketball match. Run onto the court while everyone's playing.
Yeah, exactly. Go to a local NFL match in America and wait till the kiss cam comes up and pull out a ring.
Mwah, 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 mwah.
Oh my God, I saw one of them the other day. It was like a kiss cam thing, and it put two people together and they had a kiss. And then a few ones later, it came back and a boyfriend came back and he didn't know what had happened. Bloody weird. It was awkward. It was awkward because he didn't know what was going on and she was like, "Ooh,
awkward."
been naughty at the baseball."
Harry takes his chance to ask out Cho Chang, and he says, "Wango ball with me."
I love that. Where was that? Wango Ball with me.
Wango ball with me? Excuse me? Oh no, Harry, I'm going with Cedric. And he's like, I'm going to kill Cedric. And someone goes, what did you just say? He goes, nothing. And then once again he goes, I'm going to kill Cedric and make it look like an accident, like he was killed by Lord Voldemort. And someone goes, what? And he goes, nothing.
It is like, Harry, the reason she's not said yes to you is because you were too bloody slow and somebody else asked her first. Don't be blaming that on Cedric Diggory, right? Or having your weird little thoughts. He calls him in his mind a useless pretty boy who didn't have enough brains to fill an egg cup. Right. Well, you're the one that slept on it and not asked her out. So maybe you've not got brains big enough to fill a walnut.
Oh.
Yeah? Alan Walnut specifically. Then we find out that Ron has asked Fleur Delacour in an embarrassing episode, may I say. He says she looked at him as if he was a sea slug. What do you think to that?
Horrible, isn't it?
Yeah.
I feel it to my bones.
Yeah.
Asking someone out and getting rejected.
Yeah.
It makes you think, I'm never going to ask anyone out again. Listeners, don't ask anyone out. You will get rejected.
Yeah. For those of you we said to before, we hope you haven't yet, because don't. You're going to get rejected, all right? So hopefully you didn't pause the podcast to ask somebody out, because it might be highly embarrassing.
I hope they didn't. Let that be the third lesson. Always listen to the episodes all the way through first, because some of the lessons may contradict the others.
Exactly. And sometimes we just tell you a lesson to make you think about it before telling you the real lesson. So you've always got to listen, not just to the end of the podcast, but until we stop making it. Yeah? So listen to every episode before deciding where our morals lie, okay? Thank you.
Got a few years left yet, listeners, before you start acting on anything.
But stay with us, all right? Hey, I'm very impressed with Neville this chapter. He's asked Hermione out, which is, he's not a brave boy, really, is he, Neville? And
He's asked out. He's asked out two baddies, but go on.
he has asked out two baddies. He's asked out Hermione. He's got a rejection, and has he then gone and, got sad, cried? No. He's dusted himself off, and he's asked Ginny, and she said yes. Right? So, listen to this, listeners, right? When you ask that person out that we're encouraging you to maybe not do, if they say no, you then ask their friend's sister. All right?
It's a numbers game. Just keep asking people out. Someone will say yes. If that's how desperate you are, then that will work, listener.
If you've got a 1 in a million chance of getting a girlfriend, ask a million. And you're going to get a girlfriend, aren't you? Eh? Ask a million. Huh? The law of averages. And hey, why not just be nice as well? That might help you, knobhead. Be nice. Right. Ron.
Right.
Hermione. No? I was going to talk a little bit about the end where Hermione comes in and she goes, I've got a date for the prom. And Ron is horrendously rude. He doesn't believe her. At one point he goes, oh, you're a girl, aren't you? He needs to go on a course.
Noticing.
I think. He needs to sign up
Hermione,
to
no.
some kind of course. Hermione, no! It's not worth it. Stop it.
Yeah.
Mm. And so Harry asks Parvati, and she goes, oh, I'll ask my sister for Ron. And the final line is, Harry is hoping very much that Padma Patil's nose was dead centre. These guys, oil painting Harry Potter. And neither is Ron.
Oh, Ron even less so. Man is, in a word, ugly.
Ron, you should not care one jot if Padma Patil's nose is facing her elbow, right? You're lucky to have a date, full stop.
In a word, right.
In a word.
How many nearly headless haddocks are you giving this chapter out of 5?
Nearly headless? How can it be nearly headless? I enjoyed this chapter a lot. This is like the last chapter. This feels like a little break in proceedings, a little intermission. I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying the themes of growing up, all the awkwardness of being a teenager, asking girls out. I really enjoyed it. We're also now we've had Harry and Ron argue with each other. Now we're getting Ron and Hermione arguing with each other. But I'm enjoying it. I'm going to give this a very solid 4 nearly headless haddocks out of 5.
Excellent. The boy liked it. Now, for me, this chapter, though shorty, really took its toll on me, for I am sick of the childish gossip, the childish drama between these teens. Will they go to the Yule Ball with me? No, I don't want to go with them. Pathetic. How can I take it seriously when I know in several chapters' time a teenage boy is going to die? Can we take it seriously, please? For that reason, I give this chapter 1 nearly headless haddock out of 5.
Scathing.
Right, are you ready for quiz?
Yeah.
Quiz. We're going to ask you
some questions. How well will you do?
Quiz. Who can ask you about Harry Potter, Lucas? How well will you do? I'll blow you a kiss. Right. Question 1. What day was the first Transfiguration lesson on?
Oh no. Oh. Wednesday.
It was Thursday. Question 2. What kind of table was Hagrid at?
What kind of table was Hagrid at? Oh my goodness. This quiz is dead hard.
No, it's not.
Trestle table.
Correct. Question 3. What carol would the suits of armour sing?
Oh, come all ye faithful.
Excellent. Question 4. What was the password to the Gryffindor dormitory?
Fairy lights.
Correct. Question 5. How did Ron look at Harry after finding out Ginny is going to the Yule Ball with Neville?
Oh, I'm gonna guess aghast.
He goggled at him.
Oh, it was a goggle.
It was a goggle. Unfortunately, Lucas, Eugene, Marvello, Kirkby, you have lost the quiz. Quiz. Can I ask you some questions? How well will you do? Quiz. Can I ask you?
This has been the Pottervision podcast. Thank you so much for listening. We've still got a few more tour dates. We're going to be in Brighton, London, Manchester, and Leeds. Check out all the dates, pottervision.com. And we are going to be in Edinburgh every day from the 4th to the 24th of August at 1:30 doing our show. We're looking forward to it. Also, if you want to get bonus episodes, today, recording for us, the next part of our Willy Wonka watch along, the final part has been released. And so there's now like 28 bonus episodes. There's other stuff, bonus videos. There's video versions of the pod. 28. There's loads of bloody stuff. And you'll be supporting us and helping us with our ongoing casts. Next week, we're on episode 80. And we're on chapter 23 of The Goblet of Fire, The Yule Ball.
Episodio 80.
You have been a not headless Tom Lawrenson.
And you have been an absolutely shirtless Lucas Kirkby.
Goodbye.